different media people, economists, who have observed what has gone on in G20 and in the weeks preceding the G20 meeting, as to what Germany and France have been doing, as to what Europe has been doing. If you want to look at Forbes.com dispatch of 16th November, which is the day after the G20 meeting took place, they said Europe has got all that it wanted in the agenda, and the sum and substance of the agenda is that this Anglo-Saxon model of capitalism will not work, not only for the world but also for America. This is the sum and total of what happened on the theoretical plank of G20. We club the West together, but it is not correct to club the West together. The West is not homogeneous except in color. You know, there is a debate going on in the last 15 years in Europe, and particularly in the last 6-7 years from 2001, as to what is the fundamental drive of the global economy, which is the American economy, and how such serious economies like Japan, which is the number 2 economy, Germany, which is the number 3 economy, France, which will come in the range of 7th or 8th economies, how they have been protesting against the way the world is being nose-led by the US. The debate was, the US had gone on to a theoretical platform that you must leave the market completely unchecked. Market knows the greatest intelligence is with the unseen force. There is a difference between philosophers and economists. The free market economists agree with the Advaitins in philosophy, but in material terms, there is an unseen force which is operating the world. This is what the Advaitins will say. There is an unseen hand which is operating economics. This is what the free market economists will say. You can never identify, you can never control, you can never limit, you can never moderate that hand. That hand knows how to do things. You know, this is the free market theory which was taken to its crescendo, which was taken to its limit in the last 10 years by US. And the greatest sufferer of that is the US itself. So when this crisis blew up, French president and the German finance minister took a stand that this is not a global crisis, but this is an American crisis globalized. America exported this crisis. It is, you know, the way they were talking like people who were fighting a Cold War as if it was between the communist bloc and the capitalist bloc, saying that this country, they didn't say, which has betrayed and let us down. This is the word which they did not use, but they implied that this is no more the superpower of the world. You could see the extent of indignation. Why they are so indignant about if America failed, America failed. If America declined. But you can see the statistics. The American revival package is $700 billion. The Europe's revival package is $4 trillion. The only sin the Europe committed was to have too much allied with America. The penalty has come because of alliance. I'll give you small statistics by which you know how this crisis is a man-made crisis. It is not a systemic crisis. It is a philosophic crisis. It is a crisis of what is the goal of life, what is the lifestyle, what is the habit, and that you link it to economics, you will arrive at this crisis. I will prove it by statistics. You know, America was like any other country till about 1980. It had the same problems of inflation, high interest rates, government control, was a free economy. It was not a free economy of the kind that we see today. You will be surprised to know that in 1981, the banks were offering 23% on bank deposits interest in America. 23%. You can understand what would be the lending rate in America. The US federal short-term lending rate was 21% in the year 1981. America was running an inflation rate of 13 to 14% at that time. It was at that time Paul Volcker became the chairman of US Federal and brought down a miracle of an economic performance. And in 1987, he brought down the inflation rates to about 4 to 5%. Stabilized the economy, disciplined the economy on the basis that if you allow money supply out of control, you can never control the economy. You know, after all, Keynes, who was supposed to be the special child of economics, his basic theory was money is basically a destabilizer. You must keep money under check, supervision, control, monitoring. Unless you control the supply of money, you can never control economy. This was the position operating in America till about 1987. See what happens afterwards. At that time, Alan Greenspan takes over as the US Federal Chairman. You know, he was called